ज्ञानानन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जलाचलाकया चक्षुरुन्मितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतलश्रीमते परमपदस्वामिनिति नामिने। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतलश्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने. So we are continuing the book called Lord Chaitanya Teachings by Srila Prabhupada. And currently we are in chapter 29, the transcendental pastimes of Radha and Krishna. When Lord Chaitanya said that was accepted and that he might advance further, Ramananda Roy said that fraternal relationship with Lord Krishna is a still higher transcendental position. Ramananda Roy's purport in saying this is that when the relationship with Krishna is increased by a more affectionate tendency, then the mood of fearfulness, the consciousness of extra superiority of the Supreme Personality of Godhead becomes diminished, and there is the development of a mode of faithfulness. And this faithfulness is called friendship. In this friendly relationship, there is a sense of equality between Lord Krishna and his friends. In this connection, Lord Ramananda Roy quoted a nice verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, 12th chapter, where Sukadeva Goswami describes Lord Krishna's lunch with his friends in the forest where they went to play with the cows. It is said there that the cowherds boys who went to play in the forest with Krishna enjoyed transcendental friendship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is considered the impersonal Brahman by great sages, considered the Supreme Personality of Godhead by the devotees, and for the ordinary man, he is considered an ordinary human being. Lord Chaitanya appreciated this statement by Ramananda Roy very much, but still he said, "You can advance further." At the request of Lord Chaitanya, Ramananda Roy stated that the relationship with Krishna as a son and father, the relationship of parenthood, is a still higher transcendental position. Ramananda Roy's meaning was that the friendly attitude toward Krishna, increased by still more affection, becomes the relationship between parents and their children. In this connection, Ramananda Roy quoted a nice verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, 8th chapter, where it is stated that the king inquired from Sukadeva Goswami as to the magnitude of righteous activities which had been performed by Yashoda, the mother of Krishna, for which the Supreme Personality of Godhead called her mother and suckled at her breast. And he quoted still another verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, 9th chapter, in which it is stated that Yashoda, the wife of Nanda, a cowherd man, received mercy from the Supreme Personality of Godhead, which is incomparable. Even by the mercy which is received by Brahma, the first created living being, or Lord Shiva, or even the goddess of fortune, Lakshmi, which is always situated on the chest of Lord Vishnu. Lord Chaitanya asked Ramananda Roy to proceed further to come to the point of conjugal love. Ramananda Roy, understanding the mind of Lord Chaitanya, immediately answered that the relationship of conjugal love with Krishna is the highest position. In other words, intimate relationship with Krishna develops from an ordinary conception of the Supreme Personality of Godhead to the conception of master and servant. And when it has become confidential, it develops into a friendly relationship. And when it is further developed, it is a relationship between parents and the children. And when it is developed to the highest point of complete love and affection, it is known as conjugal love with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In this connection, Ramananda Roy quoted a nice verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, 47th chapter, in which it is stated that the transcendental mode of ecstasy, which was exhibited during the rasa dance of the gopis with Krishna, was never relishable even by the goddess of fortune, who is always situated on the chest of the Lord in the spiritual kingdom. What to speak of the experience of ordinary human? Ramananda Roy then explained the gradual process of the development of pure love with Krishna. He stated that a person who is related to the Supreme Personality of Godhead in any one of the different modes of affection is in the relationship just suitable for him. But actually, a relationship with the Supreme Lord begins with the relationship of master and servant. and further develops into relationship, so into friendship, and further develops into paternal love, and further develops into conjugal love. Anyone who is situated in his particular relationship with the supreme personality of Godhead is in the best relationship for him. But when we study all these different flavors of transcendental taste in relationship with the supreme personality of Godhead, we can see that the first stage is Brahma Buddha, or the neutral stage of realization of the Supreme Lord. The state accompanying the conception of accepting the Lord as master and oneself as his servant is better. And the more developed conception of that relationship is as a friend, and still further as a father. This is a superior quality of development. From friendship to paternal love, the relationship is advanced and of superior quality, and the further advanced to conjugal love. The conjugal love is the supreme relationship with the Supreme Lord. Self realization with the sense of servitude is certainly a transcendental development, and the mode of master and servant with fraternity added is a further development, and with a progressive affection it develops into parenthood. But the highest development is a conjugal love in relationship with the Supreme Lord. In this connection, Ramananda Roy quoted a verse from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. It is stated there that the development of spiritual affection for the Supreme Lord is in all categories transcendental, but that the specific aptitude of a devotee to a particular state is more reachable by him than others. Such, okay, I will stop here for today. Let me summarize today's topic. So, in the previous chapters, we have seen that chapter 27, Lord Chaitanya and Ramananda Roy discussion, and finally, Lord Chaitanya gave the taste of the devotional service. And then in chapter 28, Ramananda Roy experienced a relationship with the Supreme Lord. And in the current chapter, uh, it's a transcendental pastimes of Radha and Krishna. That means Ramananda Roy experienced these pastimes, and now he is expressing all the relationships of Supreme Lord. We know there are five relationships in general. Nothing but these are rasas: Vatsalya rasa, Madhurya rasa, Sankhya rasa, Dasya rasa, and Shanta rasa. So now he is expressing all these relationships with the Krishna. And in general, every relationship, in order to develop all these relationships, we need to uh, become a good servant. We need to start to serve the spiritual master. Then slowly, once we become very good servant of the master, then we can relish all these rasas by advancing slowly and slowly. So, when the relationship with Krishna is increased by a more affectionate tendency, then what happens? Then the mode of fearfulness, the consciousness of extra superiority within us with the God, those will diminishes, and there is a development of the faith. The faithfulness comes. As this faith is nothing but the friendship. That's what Ramananda Roy experienced, and he is saying. And after that, he had quoted different verses from Srimad Bhagavatam, where he had experienced different um, conjugal laws. Next, uh, ultimately, the relationship of conjugal love with Krishna is the highest position. Nothing but this very high transcendental experience. So here, once again, uh, when we become very good servant of the masters, and when it is become a confidential between the master and the servant, like I said, it becomes a friendly relationship, and further developed the relationship between parents and the children. And when it further developed, it is developed to the highest point of complete love and affection. And this is known as the conjugal love with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And next, in continuation to that, uh, for everyone, initially it will be a neutral stage, nothing but Brahma Bhuta. But slowly, when we practice, when we develop that relationship, we can release that. That's the reason. Initially, um, in the previous chapters, he don't know about this thing, but Lord Chaitanya gave this opportunity. Now he took it and he releasing that one. So for us on low, by causeless mercy, we got this opportunity. So we need to continue and we need to develop these relationships. So thank you, Prabhu. I will stop it here.